They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so I would be a fool to leave my eyes exposed. In the dark I glow, I got neo soul, so with my eyes closed I can see a lot when it's told. I've been exposed, the stories of rose made with pure gold, pearly white gates with the diamond handles. Trying to hustle hard so my family can go down Wall Street without them folks calling us broke. I've been rich before, bro, but not in this lifetime. These kids got swag, but it's not quite like mine. Walked in the crib, my girl watching that Lifetime. She hit me with a question, now I'm dialing my lifeline. My life is like a show that hasn't made it to prime time. I'ma skip that prime time and chill in the limelight. A 9mm don't shoot like a 4.5. Mathematic flow, boy, I'm spitting that Einstein. Dog, I swear I must have killed that pussy like 9 times. Now she spoiled and she wanna dine to some fine wine. We ain't jewelry shopping, but you just picked a fine time. Peace, I gotta go, I drop you off at the bus line. I used to kick dirt, now when I travel I touchdown. Ghouls will make you eat dirt for talking about us. Nah, used to be a boy, I'm on my grown man-ish. And if your life sucks, I'm trying to get to know that bitch. If he's cool, then baby, I'm cold as shit. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody cold as this. I'm built for this itch, they trying to study my blueprints. I'm so Swayze, like I studied the blueprint.
Money coming in, so we up now. When I was broke, they wouldn't touch down. Started from the bottom of the bed, man. Had to get it fat, want no vision.
We was lights out, trying to find a way out. Damn, look where I'm at now. I used to be on rocky grounds, but it's solid now. Homies I used to call friends, they ain't solid now. Situations change, I got problems now. Never worry about the haters, focused on the win. When I was down and out, they weren't focused in. Get a little bread, they all focused in. I chose to look at life through a different lens. And my lady stayed down for it all. Take flight, touchdown, we don't round trip at all. We stay, fuck up the towns and the mall. It's her day for being down for.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
You.
We are back, people. We are back, and we are in full effect today. We know y'all miss us.
That is a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, look, it's crispy post today. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you see that. You see that.
That boy got it shaped up. I need to do the same. I need to do the same, bro.
Get the little peanuts out of him. That boy crispy today, so you know we gonna have. You figure deal, man. You know we gonna have an incredible show. Please, as you guys come in, hit the like button.
Facts.
Make sure you are subscribed. Hit that bell notification so you guys can know each and every time we either drop a video or that we go live. This is State of Gaming, episode 7. Okay, we are back. We had a little hiatus. I put that on me. So I had some things to attend to, but that's neither here or there. Only thing that matter now, we come to give y'all what the culture want and need, and that's your boy Double O Mellow, 706 Gaming.
What up? What up?
Post up with the close up, baby. You already know what it is. You figured it. I know. So look, as usual, we got to give y'all do respect, all right, for showing up, because you guys can be anywhere, watching a basketball game, football, trades, or anything, but y'all guys showed up and to rock out with us, and we do appreciate it.
Definitely do. Much love.
So before we get into this, I'm gonna shout you all out in the chat. And then we're going to get started. We got a lot to talk about today. Hopefully we can get through everything. And Mello and Noah don't get the scrapping like they did on the last.
That wasn't scrap.
No, that wasn't scrapping. Mello just said, you going to listen to me. Look, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And Noah just said, all right, player, you got this one. I'll be back, though. You feel me? So shout out to Bria, shout out to JD's Corner, shout out to Butch Luffy, Ballin' Harder, The Dark Lord Fusion. We got 6200 block. What's good, Dre? Greatness Only. Emmanuel A1 and Jay the God. Even though we have 22 people watching the show, let me make sure I am seeing everybody.
Yo, hit that like button. Hit that like
Yeah,
button.
definitely hit the like button while you're at it. Support while you
Shout out to
can.
you all. Appreciate you being here.
Let me check this here. I'm looking on screen because I got a monitor. Okay, let me see here. Kerry Howard, Gen X 128. Nola Origins, what's good, player? All right, so yeah. All right. All right, so I'm seeing everybody. All right, so what up, everybody? What up? What up? So before we get started, we got a great show today. We got some new news coming out on the reason why Microsoft didn't fund the third game that came out of Moon Studio, even though they produced two critically acclaimed titles for them in Ori 1 and Ori 2. We got some not so great news, but I understand the decision Microsoft had to make, and I think the decision was a good decision. But we'll definitely get 706 Gamer and Mellow opinion on that. We also got you're also going to hear our opinion on the initiative in a Perfect Dark situation, GT7 issues in terms of the always online, the recent patch and changes that they just made to the game. It's a lot of hypocrites out there. Okay. And then you guys know the headline. We'll get into all the other stuff. But before I start the show, I just want to know what 706 Game and Mellow been up to, what games y'all playing right now, what's going on.
Let me start off by saying, man, let me apologize to my homie Mello, man.
Oh shit.
I gotta give him his flowers, bro. I talked a lot of shit last time. I told him he was falling for the hype. He wasn't gonna play no Elder Rings. He's gonna get stumped out. He was gonna quit. See, I'm a man, bro. I can acknowledge. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I can acknowledge my mistakes. This man on Twitter fighting bosses butt ass naked, bucky ass naked.
What?
What? Hold on, it wasn't like that, Pope. It was a situation.
No.
Like that.
Don't tell me you running around with the naked build on Elder Ring.
Look, I'm killing these bosses with no clothes on. Look at me.
What had happened was the build, you know what I'm saying, in the game was fully stripped of everything. So you know, including the clothes. I had to fight for my clothes in the game. So you know, it's what is that? It's aesthetic in the game. You know what I'm saying? This is what the game said you got to do.
Nigga run with ass cheeks and all he need is a sword.
I'll get naked for an achievement.
But I made sure I got the clothes first. That was my first thing. I went and got the clothes, then the weapon. You know what I'm saying? So we was good.
That was hey yo, shout out to you though, bro. Shout out. Hey, you running through that, Jane, bro.
Hey yo, he been going crazy on Elder Ring. I ain't gonna need lie though. Like I ain't gonna need lie. I was kind of skeptical about him. You know what I'm saying? Playing it or staying consistent with it, but bro,
man, that game is a certified hit. I can't even hold it.
Bro been at that shit. I don't know. So people want me to play it. They have even bet me some money and stuff. You know, I might take them up on their offer. What you been playing? 706?
Man, you know, I just got off of Tunic. Man, that game had me raging, bro. Lord, that game is hard. Even some of the just regular enemies running around, they'll catch you off guard. But them boss fights,
yeah.
My Lord, you could die, just still get hit.
And still get hit, yeah. That game is very, very. Look, let me tell you, it looked pleasant. It looks like it's just a regular, you know, Nintendo style game that's gonna be super easy, but it really have soul-like qualities in it, and we're gonna get into that towards the end of the show. So, Mello, you still on Elder Ring, and Noah, you playing Tunic?
Yeah, I'm on Tunic.
Yeah. Pretty much. What stopped me from jumping on Tunic was Elden Ring. I had got a glitch where I supposed to went into one of the worlds. It was one of the final boss worlds, and I couldn't get there because it was a glitch. They ended up fixing it with a patch. So, I'm back on Elden Ring for the moment.
Trying to get that knocked out. Yeah, no problem. Shout out to Emmanuel A1 with the $5. What the fuck is Elden Ring? Tunic is an instant classic and game of the year already. X-Sign with the flame.
Man, I don't know about that one. It's a good game, but I don't know about that one though. Hold on.
Hey.
We finna fight.
It's a good game.
We're gonna talk about that later in the show.
I wouldn't say game of the year, but I gotta play more of it.
Hey.
I just beat like that garden boss. He was tough.
We're gonna talk about that later in the show. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna bring up Emmanuel's comment too, because he got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, but that's his opinion though.
That's his opinion.
If he like that's the best game of the year that he liked, that's him, bro. Like
I don't know.
Well, respect that man's opinion, man.
Yeah. His opinion is his opinion. His opinion is his opinion. Well, I've been having so much shit going on in my personal life. I ain't been playing shit. I haven't been feeling like playing shit. Now I did boot up Tunic, just to see how it was, and I'm stuck. I'm trying to figure out how to find the shield and get to these other areas that you got to figure out how to access. And the game is pretty tough. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't guide you. There is no map or anything like that. So it's like Elden Ring. You have to find your way through it and find any and everything on your own. I did play that a little. I did boot up Halo. Again, it got a little bit ways in that. But I think after this week that's passed, after I kind of get some finalizations on what's going on in my personal life, then I'll be able to get back to gaming and stuff like that. But I just been chilling. I've been watching all TV shows and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. But we're about to get started. But I have been up on the news and what's been going on in gaming, and you all definitely fit to get our perspective. And the first thing we got today on the agenda is Moon Studios. Let me see here. What the? It seemed like my settings got changed. Hold on, let me do this again.
My computer crashed and it changed your settings. What's going on, bro?
I did get a operating system update. Let me.
Oh yeah, that'll do it too.
Recording. It should be there. Let me leave that right there just in case. And we're gonna go to tab, and we're gonna go here. And we're gonna go here. Okay, so today, Jeff Grubb did a video today. Y'all can't hear that fan in the background, could y'all?
Yeah, I can hear a little bit.
You can hear it a little bit. Why y'all ain't say nothing? Hold on.
Yeah, my bad.
Let me all that noise.
Hey, yo, shout out to you. I have a thing for midgets. What's up, bro? What's up, Benny Stab? Stab say he gonna kick you in the kneecaps post. What up, Trey Matt?
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so today, Jeff Grubb did a show. He did a show today. And let me push that back too. All right there. Y'all still can. All right. Jeff Grubb did a show today, and he was basically talking about the situation between Microsoft and Moon Studios. If you don't know who Moon Studio is a developer that did Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Yeah. Those were both classics, 290 rated games and highly critically acclaimed must-play games. Right? Now, we know Moon Studio is working on a third project, but it's being funded by private division. It's not being right. It's multi-plat, and it's not being funded by Microsoft. And we know, I don't know if you all know, that some people from Moon Studios had some egregious words about Microsoft. I'm back. I'll try to find those comments. But what we have here is that Ori developers accuse Moon Studios founders of creating oppressive workplace bullying. Okay. Moon Studio founders may foster a culture that encourages the mistreatment of their developers. Now, this is coming from their developers. And here's what you need to know. Shout out to Windows Central. What you need to know: Moon Studio is the team behind the legendary Ori platforming series of video games, both of which launched to critical acclaim.
Amazing game.
According to a new report from GamesBeat, the culture of Moon Studio may not reflect the contents of its games. Current and former developers have accused Moon Studio founders Thomas Mailer and Gennady Carroll, if I'm pronouncing that right, of building a toxic work environment. And this is crazy. We're hearing it at Activision. We're seeing shit going on at Sony. Microsoft didn't have its skeletons out of its closet too as well in terms of toxic environment that went on. But this stuff is becoming more prevalent as more developers come out across different studios. And we can expound on that as well. Allegations describe the founders frequently making inappropriate comments, refusing to provide positive feedback or encouragement, and more. It goes on. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'll kind of go through it. Moon Studio is it's well known, especially among platforming fans, for the creation of the wonderful and gorgeous Ori series, currently comprised of 2 critically acclaimed titles. While both games are renowned for their tranquil atmosphere and haunting stories, a new report suggests the internal culture of Moon Studios is altogether different, fostering an environment of toxicity and harassment. The incredibly extensive report comes from GamesBeat, which correlates interviews with many former and current Moon Studio developers discussing what is described as an oppressive workplace, with allegations centering around the co-founders Thomas Mailer and Gennady Carroll. I don't know if I'm butchering his name. I don't even care. Moon Studio is known for being almost entirely remote. And that's another thing. Yeah. This is not a centric studio. This is a decentralized studio, meaning their developers are spread all across the world.
Yeah.
They don't have a physical building or nothing that they work at. Everybody work from remote locations.
What?
And, yes.
Yeah. This before COVID, even before COVID. They've always been remote.
They always been remote and decentralized. And so when COVID hit,
how the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's another. That's why when COVID hit, it was so easy for them to make the transition because they was already in a state where other developers was trying to get accustomed to. And he said making numerous casual, inappropriate comments and jokes regarding racism, sexism, and more, providing unclear or confusing direction, while rarely providing positive feedback and otherwise using the open and honest channels for communication to abuse and harass people. Wow. What you guys think about this? I'm not going to read everything, but that's the gist of it. We got sexism, racism, abusive language, no words of encouragement. So what y'all think about this?
To be honest with you, Pose, is very disappointing to hear. I'm a big fan of Ori. I played the first one, beat it. Played the second one, beat it. Loved both of those games. And to hear this is going on, and what's crazy about it, they're not even in the same office. So it's just, so they're on like a video, like a conference call, getting abused through emails, through different chat channels. Like, it's really sad to hear, bro. Another thing too, man. I think we're gonna. I'm starting to see like a Me Too thing going on. I think we're gonna hear about more of this going on in more studios and more companies and businesses. And you know, I applaud them for coming out and speaking up.
This
needs to be addressed, man.
Hey, and I'm glad that I think with Activision, we're seeing a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
As people start coming out at Activision and lawsuits and things like that have come in place. Now you got people speaking out at Sony, and we can speak on that too. on the same thing in terms of sexual harassment allegations and poor work on working cultures and stuff like that. And now we got developers speaking out at Moon Studio. I think this is going to continue to happen because it needs to be dealt with across the board, no matter on both sides of the aisle, on all three sides of the aisle. The industry as a whole need to address this and get a hold of it really quick, because it's more developers are coming out in studios you least expect. You know, what you think about this?
One
thing. Go ahead.
I just want to say, man, this goes beyond gaming too, bro. Like,
yeah,
like every company, you know, that involves working with people working together. You know, they need to take heed and acknowledge, you know, how the employees feel. I really appreciate the company I work for, because not only do they prioritize customer satisfaction, but employee satisfaction as well. I don't think a lot of people understand how, you know, the mental health of your employees affects the productivity of your company.
Yeah, the work output too. Work output as well.
And it's just respect, man. Just respect your fellow man. Like, even just because you work for a company or work for somebody, that doesn't give them the right to treat you any type of way or talk to you, you know, any type of way. But those are my thoughts.
What about you, Mello?
I share the same sentiment as y'all. It's kind of weird though. I guess I don't know, because I'm structured a certain way when it comes to the job and the work environment type shit. Like little things like this. Well, I want to say little things because it ain't little. Especially looking at how, you know, depression is running rapid now. People are literally you know what I'm saying, on the break of like committing suicide. So
some have,
and some have. So to see how this is going on in the video game environment is kind of weird. It's kind of strange, but it shows another light of saying, you know, these type of acts is everywhere. You know, people are willing to abuse their power in all shape, forms, of fashion. But I agree with y'all. Ain't much I can say. They need to get it in order. I'm glad that it's actually coming out. It seemed like it's being is heavy now because of what happened with Activision, of course. But I think that since they're getting in front of it and handling it accordingly, maybe this will help in the future. Gotta wait and see. But, again, this boils down to the productivity of living video games. People not being happy, being able to do their passion and what they want. You know, with a creator, you got to allow them to create.
Right. Yeah.
So
in an environment that they feel safe and comfortable in.
Exactly.
Because I do, and it's crazy that them going through this in the midst of releasing 2 critically acclaimed games, you would think that the work environment was opposite of what we're reading right now. Because sometimes, like you said, with high anxiety and depression, some of that can kind of reflect or filter into the product itself. You know, and it's crazy that we didn't see that.
When you said that, I wasn't with it at first. You talking about they was from remote learning and all they had, and they was time crunching. I'm looking at them like, nigga, if y'all don't grab yourselves by the bootstrap. But when you said the harassment, it's like, okay, that's a whole another level. Of, you know, that need to be addressed. But I don't know, man. This again, I got that old mindset where, you know, some of y'all need to grab yourself by the bootstrap and stop being so sensitive. But I'm gonna leave it alone.
We're in a different climate right now. We're in a different climate right now. So before I give my perspective, I just want to give some additional insight on this. They say there are currently no lawsuits in place against Moon Studios or the founders, but the company reportedly suffers from an extremely high turnover rate. Former developers summarized their experiences as being mentally wearing, with one claiming the culture was death by 1,000 cuts. Mailer and Carroll apparently used the allure of the studio's prestigious games and the promise of large bonuses to rapidly hire new talent to replace developers leaving the company, with new hires being unaware of the culture into which they're walking in, pretty much. The guys, I guess the owners did put out a statement. They said Moon Studio has prospered for 12 years. We have grown and learned so much over all of these years. We have been privileged to work with many, many great and extremely talented people. We are truly grateful and proud of our team, those who are here today, as well as those who spent time at Moon and have since moved to other ventures. And we are happy to have made a positive differences in their lives. We are not perfect, but we do deeply care about our talent and are constantly working hard to improve. If we have ever made anyone feel uncomfortable or let anyone down, we regret that and we will always strive to do better. Which is the typical lines and things like that when shit like this is being ousted into the public. My perspective is on this. This is it. You just, I wonder now, since all of this is trickling down, like how many studios across the board where men and women are dealing with this, and specifically women, because women in these lawsuits, it seems like women are being more so harassed than the men are. Hold on. Thank you.
I don't know, man.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. Now, my whole perspective on this is that, look, man, get a grip on this. Appreciate your employees. Appreciate the time they put in. Applaud them. Encourage them when they do great things or when they complete milestones. That goes a long way for the moral, the overall morality of the whole environment, bro. I work for a company. They don't play that shit. My company, they don't play that shit. We're in a different climate now. Where I do agree with Mello, the sensitivity level has increased. And it's literally, we at a point in time where you have to watch literally everything you say. You know, everything you say. Even if you have coworkers that you are cool with to the point you think you comfortable with saying certain things, chill. Because they might act like they cool with that shit in front of you and then go right back to HR and say
and report you.
And report you while smiling in your face and acting like they cool with what you said. I've seen it. I've seen women in certain workspace have relationship with other coworkers to the point of, where the co-workers is comfortable with even sexual innuendos, all that shit. And then behind their back, they go to HR and say, he said this to me, I was uncomfortable with. And he don't know, because she's smiling in his face, acting like everything cool and all good. But if in this case, if it was blatant, like, doing the video calls and things like that, where you have people where the owners are saying being negative in terms of their language and their energy, not bigging up. If it's blatant like that, then call that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I just never would have expected this of Moon Studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would have never expected this. But kudos to Microsoft, who didn't fund their third game because they knew what was going on over there.
And another thing too,
I didn't think about it that way.
Just to kind of piggyback on what you're talking about, like, at our jobs and shit. Like at my job, we take trainings all the time about what they call it, unconscious bias. Like, bro, you could what might be normal, like you just might figure might be normal conversation, might be offensive to someone. You just you never know. So like, things have definitely gotten more sensitive. As of lately, but like you said, this shit sound blatant, bro.
Yeah, and then you kind of you're using the success of Ori 1 and Ori 2 and probably the money y'all got from that and bonuses to bring in other workers in this same. That's not bringing people in is not going to change the culture. That type of culture where it's from the top down, where we're talking about the leaders of the company that's creating this environment, they have to change themselves. And once they change their perspective on how they run their businesses, then the environment in the workflow and things like that will change. You know, but this is very unexpected. And I'm glad Microsoft didn't fund a third because they'll be hypocrites right now, especially with them purchasing Activision, and Activision is dealing with what it's dealing with in terms of this pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's crazy. But I say, man, respect your coworkers, respect your work environment. Work hard to create a positive culture. You know what I'm saying, like that in your work environment. And if you can't impact or change your work environment in terms of what's going on there, then you need to change your work environment and find a new job or some other place that's going to appreciate you and the things you do. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. What, Noah Biden? Okay. They said he was buzzing. What? Emmanuel, I don't hear Noah Biden. Is Noah Biden?
No.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move along. And the next thing we're gonna talk about. Let me see here. Let me jump to the next. And we'll go right into another situation. But this situation is different. This situation is different. We're going to give our perspective on the Perfect Dark situation and the initiative situation. I know you guys have been reading a lot about this on Twitter and everything like that in terms of what's been going on at the initiative. Majority of half the workers or the great talent that they accumulated over the last couple of years have come and gone. And basically, based on reports, it basically came down to how Daryl Gallagher is running the company in the direction of the game. And from what anonymous developers saying, they said it's a top-down approach, meaning it's their way, their direction, what they want to do, and we pretty much don't have any input. And they was assuming, giving Microsoft new direction in terms of giving employees freedom and giving the developers freedom, that the approach would have been more so a bottom-up approach, where developers, including themselves, would have had more of an input into the overall approach of the game and things like that. And so a lot of developers are like, nah, I'm good, and got up out of there. And so in the process, Microsoft brings over Crystal Dynamics, who Daryl Gallagher Daryl Gallagher used to run when they was doing the Tomb Raider. They bring them over to assist in getting Perfect Dark done. So what do you guys think about this when y'all first heard about this?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say I'm a huge Crystal Dynamics fan, man. I've been rocking with Crystal Dynamics since Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reavers, all that good stuff. So, I love the fact they brought on Crystal Dynamics to help with the game. But on the same token, this screams concern at Microsoft. Like we thought, or we've heard that the management issue has been taken care of, and this doesn't seem right, bro. It's constant bleeding. You're losing lead developers, not just small guys, but guys that's been working on huge titles. These guys are leads of huge titles. These guys are walking out the door one after another. So what does that say about the management at Microsoft? How deep does this mismanagement go? Is it Gallagher? Is it Matt Booty? Is it Phil Spencer? Is it Satya Nadella? Like, what's going on? right now, we hear about the initiative, but what about some of these other studios that report to higher up? How deep does this go? How long is the bleeding going to continue? It's concerning, bro.
Okay. Mello, what you think when you heard about this?
See, excuse me. With this one though, I'm a little bit different on this one because it's a different. This is totally different from Moon Studios.
Okay.
And if I'm running a business, I got millions and millions of dollars put into a project, and I want that project to be done a certain way. If I hire you to do that and make that vision happen, and you try to come with something totally different than what I'm expecting or wanting, I should have the rights to have, say something about it. No, this is not what I'm paying for. I have this vision for this game to be this way. And if you're able to apply it and do it, then that's what I'm going to hire you for. If you can't, then yes, you move on, and we've put the right people in the right place to make our vision happen. So that's what I'm saying. It's two-way street with me. I understand it on both ends. I understand, yes, I want to express my passion in my creation and give you a product that I think the fans will love. But I also have to apply and make sure I abide by the contract of my employer. On what they want. So
let me rebuttal that though.
Okay, here we go.
Because the thing is, we can't have it both ways, bro. You can't be Microsoft out here preaching to everyone that we have a hands-off approach. We let our developers do what they do, let them create the game that they envision, and then behind the scenes go, nah, this ain't what we paying you for. You know what I'm saying? This is Microsoft. This is one of the biggest companies in the world.
But that's not his game. That's not his game. At the end of the day, that is Microsoft's game. Now, if you can't, hold on. If I hired you as a developer to come with a new creation, like you came with, I don't know, Alan Wake 6000, and it's your idea, and this is what your vision for the game was, then yes. But if I had a already made franchise, which is Perfect Dark, way before you was in the play, this is what we want for this vision. If you can't abide by it, then yes, you step down or you make it happen. That's just part of business.
This is Microsoft, bro. The biggest, one of the biggest companies in the world, if not the biggest. If there's such a conflict of the vision for this game, right? Why not break the studio into two? Team A, Team B. You're not feeling the way this game is going? Here, let's create the game. Let's continue to work on the game that you want. But the game that we envision, we got Crystal Dynamics right here.
But who's paying for that?
We want to keep you happy as an employee.
Who's paying for that?
It cost us money to hire you and get you here on board. We told you that we want your game to be created, and we'll put it on our service, Game Pass.
That wasn't his. You keep saying his game, but that wasn't his game. Perfect Dark was already established brand before this man came there. It's our game, and this is what we want. Now, what if he would have came in and said, "Oh, I want to make Perfect Dark a third-person view game only, and we want it to be first-person view"?
I would agree with you, Mello, if it was one person.
That's what I'm saying.
But the fact that 15 people left, the fact that 15 people left in a matter of 3 months.
15 people, you crying over 15 people on a development team that's probably over 100 something people.
These aren't just.
And I'm able, I'm able. Yes, clearly they are. If he just sat there and employed Crystal Dynamics to do what they couldn't do what he didn't want to do.
Uncharted, God of War. These guys worked on big titles, and when they brought them on to Microsoft, these are the things that they highlighted about these developers.
And I understand that. I understand that fully. But again, if I come to you and I say we have a brand which is Perfect Dark, which is already established, and you come with a different vision of what we want for that said brand, this is the same thing that happened with Anthem. Same exact thing. They came with an idea. They could not execute that idea, and we got a shitty ass fucking game coming out to the masses. And they didn't want to put more money into it to get it right. It was already out there, so they canned the whole project. Just because you got a creative idea doesn't mean your creative idea applies to what we want. It's a slippery slope.
So we're just gonna let
that.
these 15 employees walk away.
I will let 15.
We
I
don't
will
care.
let
We don't
15,
care nothing about employee.
I will let you just sat here and praise Crystal Dynamics. So I will let those 15 go. I will keep my 85 that I got, and I will add Crystal Dynamic, which is a known brand as well, and they're going to follow my vision of what I want for my game. We don't know the whole story. Like I said, he probably wanted to do a third person view, and they wanted it in first person. You didn't know. We don't know. He's a director.
Well, my question to you, Mello, could this person been placed somewhere else?
He could have, but
somewhere else.
Yes, he could have. But if he don't want to stay, I can't force him to stay either.
But it's not just him; it's 14 other developers.
I can't force them to stay.
Sometimes you got to look in the mirror and say, "Hey, maybe I'm doing something wrong."
In certain situations, yes. No, that one, no.
15 people.
Here they go again, people.
No.
Here they go again. Round 2.
15 people are walking away in a short period of time. I'm just saying maybe. I'm not saying it definitely. I'm not saying it's definitively.
Smoke again.
Listen, maybe. Maybe there might be something wrong.
See, this is how crazy this is, and this is why I say what I say. Because when you look at that studio right now has over 1,500 people working there. Mm-hmm. Now, what's the amount that was working on Perfect Dark? We do not know, but it has 1,500 people there. 15 people leaving is not going to damage that said brand.
Leads.
Those 15 people are not going to damage that said brand. If I can come in and I have a already established game, Perfect Dark has already been established as one of the milestones that people want. Mm-hmm. They know the brand, which is Perfect Dark.
Boy, these boys going
I want you to continue to work on what Perfect Dark was good at and make it better in 2022.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you this, Melo?
You're not able to fulfill that duty. Okay. So you decide to either leave or you say, I can't handle it. I'm done off of this project. All right, cool. We're going to pay you for the contractual agreement, which we had with this game from this point on. You out the door. Guess what? We're going to keep the ball rolling. We had a good established brand with Crystal Dynamic, and we have a great rapport with them. Let's hire them in to get our vision going and continue make the brand.
Let me ask you this.
I don't see a problem there. There's a difference between sexual harassment, me sitting there bashing you and make you feel bad and abusive and all this other weird shit that you may want to come up with that's going to come up in the past. Or in the future, but I want you to come and finish this game. So I'm just gonna hire someone else to take care of this. Out of this 1,500 people that's here, 15 people gone. Regardless of where they sit in that daggone 15, they're gone.
I got you. Okay, to your corners. Woo! I ain't got a word in, but these brothers, round 2 again. I didn't even look. Shout out to Iron Mike with the $5. They say y'all misunderstanding. The studio heads do have freedom. The underlings were hoping they have more of a say-so. Too many generals, not enough soldiers. We thank you. Appreciate that on your mic. And shout out to Lord Maxie with the $5. He say, what's up, post in the panel? Tell me, what do you all know about Microsoft internal operations when it comes down to gaming or any of their policies? Okay. We'll get into that.
We know what they tell us, what they make public is what we have. Yeah. All we have to go by.
I know some things I just can't talk about them because I'm not, Lord Maxie with the $5. I don't understand why broke people that don't own a business is so concerned or know all about what a $1 trillion company is doing. Oh, Lord, Maxie, who are you talking to, Maxie? Oh, man. Maxie just called us broke.
He said, post your business credit report.
Bro, he just said, put your bank account on the screen.
I can't even talk about it no more. I'm broke.
What's your savings like? If you ain't in the certain, you don't need to talk about this subject.
I can't even get no financial advice. So I'm broke. Excuse me. Pardon me.
The whole panel broke. Lord Jesus. A Master Chef 40 with the $2. Tunic is fire. Great show, guys.
Yes, it is, Master Seth, but this game hitting.
Now, 706 Gamer, you wanted to rebuttal what Mello just said. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I do want a rebuttal. Mello, I would love to hear your opinion on this. If you had 15 marriages in the span of 3 years,
oh my God, that's
none of them
terrible
lasted.
ratio. That's a terrible ratio.
Is it your ex-wife's fault, or did you play a part in it?
Bro.
It was them bitches' fault.
My point.
Yo!
It was them bitches' fault. What you talking about?
That boy said
I made my
15
point.
marriages
Right,
in the
I had
span of 3
15.
years. In the span of 3. What?
Apparently, thick and thin wasn't in their vocabulary, so they left. I didn't leave.
What are we doing here?
I'm still here. So again, what did you say?
You threw their clothes outside.
I came with an idea of marriage. They didn't like it, so they left.
Bro, he could
In the store.
Any other analogy.
Right. He come with this shit.
15 marriages.
The point of the matter is this.
That ain't even possible.
Right. I said I gotta wait a couple months just for the divorce papers to go through.
Bro, his brother Noah. Oh man, he did that. He was gonna get his.
I'm just saying, bro.
back.
Every situation in these, you done seen it time and time again. People come and go when it comes to business. Point blank and period. I don't care if you were from the bottom up. People come and go.
Melo, I'm not
if the vision, if the vision isn't there. And if you can't produce a product or a brand, which I am requesting you to do, then you have to make a choice. Is either you get with the program or you find another career or a job field.
It's the end of the world, bro. I'm not saying it's doomsday, but come on, bro.
That's how y'all act, though. You everybody just keep leaving.
What could, bro? 15 people? What could Microsoft have done differently?
Bro, you keep saying 15 out of 1,000.
I bet you.
That ratio was not hidden. But again,
1 to 2 years from now, Phil Spencer gonna give an interview and be like, "Yeah, we could have did things a little differently." You know,
I highly doubt it because
the way that we managed, and we could have, if we would have did this and did that. He always do that.
But how can you?
And that's not a shot at Phil. I'm just saying.
But how can you say that
about their learning? They're a company and they're learning how.
But how can you say that when we just spoke on them not supporting Moon Studios? Dealing with what was going on over there. They said we pulling out of these projects. Y'all need to fix y'all house first and then come back to us and we'll do business with y'all. Other than that, we can't. Hold on, wait. He said, hold on, we're stepping back from you. Then Activision, we seen what was going on there. They said, hey, we're gonna clean house and get things situated over there. On top of that, we're gonna make our employees happy. So if you're seeing them going in a more productive, friendly environment, if an individual comes to you and say, yo, I don't want to fulfill this project, by all due respect, you have your choices.
Nobody not.
So if those 15 out of 1,000 people leave, it's perfectly fine. And then if we come and go get a company that we have experience with, that we've done a project with, and we enjoy how they work, and they're able to come over here and finish our idea of what we want with Perfect Dark for our fans, I accept it. Let's see what happens.
Okay,
I'm just not finna sit here and throw darts at a company just because 15 people left out of 1,000 plus.
I get that, Mel. I get it. They made some good decisions. Like they made some great decisions, but they're not perfect.
No one's perfect.
All I'm saying is, only point I'm making is 15 people living in that short of span screens some things could be done better at that studio.
All right, let me slide in here like a dancer. Pop lock. Let me break this up. Let me get my perspective on this. But before I do that, shout out to Carlos Alvarado with the $4.99. Daryl, as the studio head, makes the decisions. His teams needs to support him. I do the same as the manager in my company. We can't all make decisions. I do agree with that. Shout out to Carlos Alvarado. With the $5. I want to say this. I have no qualms about people leaving. If you, like I said earlier, if you're in a work environment when you feel as though your input or anything like that is not being supported or needed, then you go find you another place of business or work or employee. All right. And that's what these workers did. Um, People want to blame Phil Spencer, saying it's his fault, mismanaged. This has nothing to do with mismanagement. This is a group of employees that didn't like the direction that the head guy in charge or the tone that he set. He didn't like the direction that he was going in terms of how he was managing the studio and the project itself. Now, Daryl Gallagher is the head of the studio. Phil Spencer gave all these studios the freedom to run and exist the way they want to. Okay. So this is not on Phil Spencer. This is all about Daryl Gallagher and how he chooses to run his studio and manage this Perfect Dark project. In this case, he said, we're going to manage it from the top down. Because me and this other director, we are both on the same accord. We both are running with the same ideas, and we know what we want from this game and how we want this game to be. Now, we're going to hire you all to fulfill what we want this game to be, right? And we didn't ask you for your input or anything like that. We just asked you to fulfill our vision of what we want this game to be. Those employees came in with the assumption that they was going to have say so in terms of the development of the game and certain aspects of the game. Well, that didn't happen. They didn't like it, so they left. What did Microsoft do? Bring in Crystal Dynamics. Who knows how Daryl Gallagher worked, because Daryl Gallagher used to run that studio. So they already know what to expect from him, how he rolled, and how he manages projects. And based on tune rating and things like that, which he done in the past, he has done a hell of a job. So I'm not worried or panicked about Perfect Dark in terms of employees leaving. This is the game industry. Employees come and go every day. People are contracted for a certain amount of time and they leave. A developer might go to a studio, not like how their studio is ran or something like that, leave and go find them another position. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I don't see any red flags here. I don't blame this on Phil Spencer. This is Phil Spencer doing what he said he was going to do. Let the studios run themselves. And at this point, it's not on Phil Spencer or Matt Booty. This is Daryl Gallagher saying, look, I'm the head honcho over here. Either you gonna get down or you gonna get gone. You're gonna do what I'm asking you to do, or you can go find somewhere else to do it.
Pretty much.
Let me rebuttal that.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Pretty much.
Hold on. Some employees will agree with it. Hence, some of them is still there. Some employees didn't agree with it because they felt as though some of the things or input that they probably had, they probably wanted the different twists and stuff like that, and their input probably wasn't, suggested
suitable
or like that.
Yeah, it didn't fit the
We're
criteria.
not asking you to come change what we visualized over here in terms of Perfect Dark. We hired you to come fulfill our visualization of what we want Perfect Dark to be. And so some employees say, okay, we can't get no input. We just get, okay, then I'm going to go. Some employees chose to stay. Crystal Dynamics going to come in and they're going to do what Daryl Gallagher and that director want them to do. That's just business. Go ahead, Noah. That's how I feel about it.
I get you. But at the same time, you still got to hold both parties accountable. Like there was somewhere the communication wasn't good or wasn't the best when it came to hiring these people, all 15 of them, right? For all of them to say, hey, it's time to leave this company. Also, I would like to think that upper management can get involved in things like this when employees aren't satisfied or happy. You're not happy with the initiative. Well, we got 49 other studios. Would you be interested in working there? We really appreciate your talent. I see that you want to take a role that with more leadership. you know, let's. Is it okay if we find you a studio, a better project that might fit you? That's what I mean by
nigga. What?
This is what I mean by better management at Microsoft.
Bro, I can't take this sensitivity course shit.
This
man,
is what happens, though, bro. You supposed to have. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I think to fully understand, we need to take a step back to when was it? 2018 when they first started the studio, the initiative.
Oh,
this is supposed to be the best of the best, the brightest of the brightest. They put these niggas together like they was the Avengers, and Phil Spencer was Samuel L. Jackson. That's when this what this studio was supposed to be.
Phil Spencer come at in this,
bro. I don't know.
Phil is the lead, bro. So he's like, bro. Phil is the lead. He put this studio together, bro.
Bro, even studio was always going to be a
platinum. Even if I was to go off of what you just said, bro, and he took all these best of the best ass people. Sometimes shit just don't mold together. Sometimes you put in certain ingredients and they just don't work.
I agree with you that, Bello.
And it's fine.
But this is self-reflection. What can we do different as a company to have prevented those 15 Avengers from leaving the studio that we put together 5 years ago?
This brother Noah say all developer lives matter.
Like
no,
what?
I got experience. I got experience in management. So
we got new t-shirts coming out. State of Gaming is gonna say save those 15. Save the 15.
Them 15 matter.
Save the 15. The 15 matter, bro.
I don't know about y'all because I'm reading the chat, but the companies I work for, employee retention was like one of the most important things for the company, like, you know, retaining employees, because it costs the company more money to have to rehire, retrain, and all that. It might be a little different with game development.
It's definitely a whole lot different with game development.
All I'm saying is when they brought these guys together,
different.
When these guys got together, said we're coming up with the initiatives. They were taking pictures, sipping coffee, like, yeah, we finna bring this not even triple, quadruple A studio. We finna do this. Fast forward 5 years later, oh yeah, them niggas gonna, we don't give a fuck about them niggas. We got Crystal Dynamics, bitches.
Hey, Drew got up out of there before. Yeah, Drew got up out of there before all this happened. He knew what it was. Look, I understand both sides. And before we keep going, shout out to Iron Mike with the $5. Leaders were appointed. They have the final say so. You don't let your children run your household, do you? No, I think that's
wait.
I think that's to you,
Let me rebuttal.
Iron Mike with the Iron Mike.
Let me retaliate. Iron Mike.
Oh, that was a bar right there.
That was a whole bar. Hold on. When you leave the house and your oldest is babysitting, do they not run the household for that short period of time? They gotta report back to you.
But you got what? You want that house ran a certain way though, too, right?
You're not there to determine if it's going to be that.
They gotta abide by the moms and dad rules, right? Exactly, nigga. They gotta hire up.
You can only parent after the fact. If he decides to fuck shit up while you go, that's just the way.
Ain't no motherfucking way, boy.
Yo, this boy
ain't no motherfucking way.
His life right now. Ain't no way.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
This bro brought up the babysitter, bro. Hold on, shout out to Lord Maxie with the $5. No, not talking about you. We was just joking.
Shout out, Maxie. Yeah, man. Number love here, man.
All right, shout out to Lord Maxie with the $5 again. I know y'all get that money. Y'all hang out with Z, aka Otis. Hey, this brother Noah. Hey, look, man. I put it like this, bro. Look, I understand your perspective.
I don't understand that shit.
I'm talking about in terms of what he said. About the employees going to upper management, saying, "Look, is there other positions that?" But you work from, you know what other studios are fit. You know, you still got to go through a hiring process to do all that. It's not just move you over industry.
Nigga, we work for Tesla. You got one said cotton product you got to manufacture and do. If your ass talking about putting in suede seats when we only do leather, we got a problem. Well, that's not our product. That's not our product. That's not our product. That's not what we do.
You hire me as lead engineer.
You got to focus on strip.
The 2021 model we like it, but we want something different with the 2022 model. And I'm giving you all these suggestions. Nah, and the 2021 model looking like the 2022. Then nigga, you just hired me just because you needed to fill the position. A nigga like me, I'll keep the position because I like to pay. But some of these niggas here, they want to see they want to see.
But just like you said, I'm gonna keep the pay. You said I'm gonna keep the job because I want to keep the pay. The ones that's passionate, they say, guess what? This ain't what I wanted. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quit.
You can't use me because my passion is spending the paycheck, not earning it.
Anyway.
Look, Noah is gonna fight this subject until he can't fight it no more. I'm just saying, look, from my perspective, look, if you come in an environment, right, usually, especially when you're in the hiring process, usually whoever hires you lets you know how their environment is, what type of tone is set, what they expect from you, and the expectations and things like that.
Yeah,
you coming in assuming.
And that's the thing, Post. Like there was some miscommunication between where they got hired and when they were actually doing the task that they were hired for. Their understanding of their job sounds like to me wasn't fully explained or could have been better explained. I'm just saying, bro, both parties hold some responsibility.
Well, look, it depends on what perspective you look at it. You can look at this as a positive thing. You can look at it as a bad thing. I do think that creative input is important in a work environment for workers to feel like that they have an input on what they're working on and that they're not just there doing what they're told. I think I work for one of the biggest tech companies in the world. We often get the input on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ask us input on a lot of stuff. But at the same token, if I wanted to go work for another department in my company, I have to boost up my sign up, redo my resume, make sure my resume is current. I got to submit it, and I got to go through multiple interviews just to move to another department.
I get that. So I don't want to.
I think y'all digging too much into this. I think y'all digging too much into semantics to this.
That applies to game developer too. You just can't say, "Hey, move me to another."
The difference is right. Okay, this is the difference between this situation and that situation. You as a frontline employee, right? I will understand that. But if your company, the tech company you work for, just say, "Hey, we're gonna grab one of the lead developers from Microsoft. We're gonna plaster him on Twitter, like, yeah, this is the guy we acquired. He's gonna make serious changes with the company." The people on Twitter, people in magazines were like raving about this amazing hire, right? And then 3 months later, you out the door because they didn't want to hear anything you had to say.
Hold on. Look,
this levels to this, bro. It's not this was just some regular ass niggas. They got fired or left their job, bro.
This brother that's don't give up. Shout out to Dirk Griggity with the $10.
Shout out to Dirk, bro.
We appreciate your support. Shout out to We Bleed Green. Salute to Dirk Griggity making the Iron Lord podcast. Good look, man. You did a great job, brother. And way to keep building and growing your platform. If y'all do not know what We Bleed Green is an Xbox podcast, one of the best Xbox podcasts out here on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel and support the movement they got going on over there. Dirk Griggity say, "What's up, my brothers? Keep up the great work. Keep beating those ponies' legs." You know, we know Dirk? You definitely got to do that.
The leg beating is coming, bro. The leg
now coming up is we're gonna move on because Noah gonna fight till he can't fight no more.
Hey, put one in the chat if I won.
And no, this brother was fighting. We didn't even know we was fighting. He was fighting. Me and Mello didn't even know we was fighting.
Ain't no motherfucking way, boy.
We're gonna move on to the state of play with the Hogwarts Legacy, and let me bring this up here. I want to get y'all perspective on what they showed, what y'all saw. This is a multi-platform game. Okay? This is a multi-platform game, so It's coming to both systems. Also, if you want to get your perspective on the state of play before this, you can do so with that as well. To kind of cover everything, to get y'all perspective on the first state of play, what they showed there, what y'all rated, and then what y'all rate this state of play with Hogwarts Legacy. Is it a game? Is it a day one buy for you? Is this you got it? So what's going on?
Started. Let me just point out that the chat they put all 2s, 5, 7, 8, 9s, everything but 1. All right, man. I guess y'all got it, bro. Microsoft did no wrong. The devs, I don't know what they were thinking. Good riddance.
Let me take this off, what's the name? I'll take it down to okay. So evidently, Noah, you didn't win that so-called fight that we didn't know we was fighting. Okay, so what y'all
I don't take no
this?
L's, nigga. I don't know what those look like.
Bro. They put every number in the chat but 1.
Every number in the chat but 1. You thought you had a friend, didn't you?
I don't know what them L's look like. I don't take those.
You thought you had a friend.
Microsoft did no wrong.
It's cool. They all right.
So what
shame on them 15 developers for leaving.
Say the 15.
Now, with this Hogwarts joint, I don't know, man. I like what they did because it reminded me of Bully. Like in this aspect of they focus heavily on the school part of Hogwarts instead of the other. I keep Hogwarts. I can't remember this shit. Hogwarts. Yes, what it was. I'm not one of those fans. I'm not even gonna hold you. I probably watched like maybe 1 or 2 of these movies and kept it pushing. But I was worried about the AIs. It seemed like they wasn't really like aggressive enough, in my opinion. Like I think the little boss battles that they did have with the magic, it was pretty cool. But it seemed kind of bland to me on that aspect. But the other part of the game I actually like. I think the little craft thing, you can actually, mix certain potions and all that stuff. It seemed kind of cool. Will this be a day one purchase for me? Probably not. I'll probably wait and see how everybody, see what I see. That's just me though.
Oh, so
I'm not a heavy fan of them. I'm not a
single player RPG, so no online or anything like that. Okay. But you just wasn't.
It looked good though. It looked really good.
Okay,
I'm just not like a heavy fan of the franchise. Like if I see it, I'm just like, ooh, no, I just gotta have it. Like, no, that's not me.
What about you, Norm?
Yeah.
Man, I am not a fan of Harry Potter.
Wow.
When I saw this game, I was blown away.
Okay.
This game looks amazing. From the school aspect, like Mello said, it reminded me of Bully, with magic. And then it's like a whole nother aspect of the game. You take what you learn in school and you go out and fight and do combat. It looks really good. I hope it translates into great gameplay and it feels just as good in our hand. But for what I'm seeing, this is one of the top titles I'm excited for the year. It's up there. I'm buying it day one.
Oh, okay. They did confirm that it is a single player RPG.
It would be cool if it had co-op. I ain't gonna lie, or PvP. That would have been dope. But it's still look good though.
Now, okay, my perspective is I was totally overwhelmed at the ambitions of this game. The ambitions of this game. It seems to be a very huge world in terms of scale. In terms of gameplay, it looks like a huge game. Like they kept, in terms of the gameplay mechanics and the stuff you could do, they just kept going one after another, from combat to magic to spells to flying to crafting to potions to, they just kept going. And then I've watched quite a bit of Harry Potter. I've never read the books, so I'm not going to act like I am a thoroughbred when it comes to the whole Harry Potter experience. But I've watched enough movies to understand that when they was developing this game, they really poured themselves into the overall lore of the books and the movie, because some of the areas in the environments that they was capturing in this game just look fucking beautiful, and it reminds you of some of the movies and stuff like that. Another thing I like is that they didn't build this game after one of the movies. I think you limit yourself in that aspect, and then you set the expectations where people want to see the real Harry Potter in the game and stuff like that. Given that this is a different timepiece in the Hogwarts world, so you can create your own character and stuff like that. You can go into aspects of the books that didn't show up in the movies, like certain areas of the castles and things like that we never got to see, and things like that. This is a huge IP, and I just think back to when the first Harry Potter movie first came out. Shit was everywhere. It was all over the news. UK, United States, kids every fucking where. Long lines everywhere. Grown adults, teenagers, young ones. Everybody was excited because they had read the books and stuff. I think if they market this game right, if they advertise it right, I think it can have that same appeal and that same impact. I think this game is going to do great. Now, in terms of difficulty and things like that, we don't know based off it being an RPG. I do agree with Mello with some of the enemies, but they said this is an alpha build. This is an alpha build, so it's not the final game. So I expect that even the final game to be way more polished than this. Is it a day one buy for me? I don't know. I'm not a big RPG fan, but the way this game is, it could be a day one because it has my attentions in terms of jumping in and the spellcaster and all that and seeing what the story like and just exploring the world itself. I think this exceeded my expectations.
I would like to add that thank God for Game Pass because I get Starfield free. I don't have to pay for Starfield. I don't have to pay for Redfall.
Yeah.
So that leaves my wallet, open to purchase this Hogwarts Legacy game. I got a little extra free cash.
Oh, so you say Game Pass saves you money?
Oh yeah, of course.
It saves you money so you can buy stuff like this. Buy what you want when you want.
Now, let me ask y'all this: do you think like the allure of this Harry Potter brand is kind of like a little bit late? In the sense of they could have did this sooner when the movies were at its hiatus.
Kind of, but no.
No, they ain't had the hardware to pull this shit off.
Yeah, we didn't have the hardware at the time.
PC. It would have to be PC.
There's a new Harry Potter movie dropping really soon, I think this year. So if they release it around that time, it's going to be. It may not be as at the peak of its height, but it's going to be. It's good timing. It's good timing based on
because I think I don't know if I'm looking at it right, but they said the last one was like 2011.
Yeah, Harry Potter's still bringing a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. That's a high revenue driver.
Yeah.
When it comes to merchandising and theme parks and stuff, bro, like Harry Potter is like up there.
Yeah, and I think people look at Harry Potter and say it's kiddie and stuff like that, but Harry Potter gets very dark. It gets very dark. You got people getting killed and people dying and stuff like that. So, it's not just a kiddie IP that's for kids. I know adults who have read the books and things like that as well. My expectation of this when I seen this game back in 2018 when it was leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it was just going to be a Harry Potter clone. But Harry Potter is not even in the game. You know what I'm saying? Harry Potter is not even in the game. And it's doing, like I say, I think it's doing the 1800s and things like that. So I assumed that it was going to be a Harry Potter movie clone. But this I was like, whoa, what the like they really poured themselves into the culture of
You don't think that's alarming though, either? Because brand familiarity with certain characters is very high when it comes to these type of things. And you saying that they're doing a direction where they remove that completely to try, I guess. I'm assuming they're trying to help the actual environment of the game, where people that may or may not have followed the books and the movies can still get into the game and still enjoy it.
There's still familiarity. There's still familiarity because you still have some of the characters. Some of like the old wizards and those more powerful wizards, they're still in the game. So there's still like characters and different scenes and stuff you can still relate back to the films.
Well, I think it was
okay.
I think it was the smartest choice for not going putting themselves in a position where they will have to license
certain characters and voices
and actors and using their likeness.
Okay.
Because this put them in a position where you as a gamer get to create your own player and you become a part of the world versus you playing a role, feel like you're playing a role of someone else in terms of the actors and stuff like that.
Okay.
The character you build is you, and then you become engulfed in the world of Hogwarts and works, whatever that damn word is. I think they put them two words together.
Hogwarts. Hogwarts.
You know what I'm saying? But you become engulfed in it, and then you can kind of, create your, I guess,
I want to share this with you too.
You got to be Harry Potter. You can be yourself in this world and learn magic and all that shit on your own.
I want to share this with you too, Mello. Like I visit Orlando a lot. I go to Universal Studios, and they got a whole part of the theme park that's based on Harry Potter. Actually, it's two theme parks. They got the I forgot what you call the other side, but they got Universal Studios on the other side, and they both got a Harry Potter theme park. You just see so many kids and grown adults walking around with Harry Potter robes. Like they're paying real money for these robes and walking around with these robes.
Oh, hell no.
Harry Potter is still booming, bro.
Do not undermine this IP just because people you haven't seen in years. Please do not undermine this IP. Harry Potter still have legs. His books still sell. This will be huge. This will be huge. And once it hits TV, and the kids and the youth and everybody who's Harry Potter fanatics find out that this game exists, bruh, it's gonna go crazy for the holidays. It's gonna go crazy for the holidays. I'm calling it now. I could take an L on this, but I'm calling it now. It's gonna go crazy for the holidays.
I stand with you, brother. If you take an L, I'm gonna take an L too. I'm with you. I think this game gonna do numbers. It's a multi-plat. I'm confident on the Xbox. So I'm gonna buy it. But I stand with you. I see this game making some moves this holiday season.
Shout out to Jake area with the $5. These ponies over here paying $70 for GT7 and $40 per car with reduced credits and had to wait 30 hours for service to come back. Ponies down bad. Laugh my ass out loud. Brother, let me tell you something, brother. Look, I know y'all want the tea. I know y'all want the tea. And guess what? That's definitely the next thing we're about to talk about. Coming up next, GT7 issues, okay? That's what we finna get into. But we had to get, the respectable things out of the way first. And I do want to make a public service announcement before we end the show today. It is very important to me. And so I hope y'all stay here before we end the show. Okay. Today. Let's see. Today. Where is it? Where do I have it? GT7 was down yesterday for more than 24 hours.
Wow.
GT7 server, it was going through server maintenance. GT7 is a always online game, meaning there's no offline solution to play GT7. If you don't have the internet you are out of luck. Now, the game went down for maintenance because they had issues with a patch. I think it was 1.08, patch 1.08, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. What happened was it was some issues with that patch that caused them to shut down the service and do maintenance and fix the patch, right?
Hold on, Post. Hold on. So you mean to tell me these guys that like to own their games and don't subscribe to any game services and go to the brick and mortar store and purchase their game, the physical copy, because they want like to hold the game in their hands and know that they own it, couldn't play it for over 30 hours? Is that what you said?
Couldn't play it for over 30 hours. Now, yeah, we're gonna get into it. I just want to give the lay of the land first before we start chopping up pony legs and having pony soup, you know what I'm saying, and mashed potatoes and all that shit, right? So it's down over 30 hours. One, they had to fix a patch that had some issues. Who background is that? They had to fix a patch that had some issues. But the thing is after they fixed the patch, the changes that they made to the overall game. Now, before all of this, right? The game came out, it got high scores. But they excluded the microtransaction portion of the game from the reviewers. So the reviewers can review the game with the microtransactions. So at that point, it was probably more than likely around $5 per car. After the game releases, those cars that was $5 per car goes up to $40 per car, right? Ponies, instead of ponies complaining, you know, they defend and protect as usual, right? Saying it's easy to get car credits in the game. Well, with this new patch, Polyphony Games doubled down on their microtransaction because now, after it was down for over 30 hours, they fixed the patch, and then the patch makes it even more harder now to get cars, forcing you to pay microtransaction fees. So we're going to talk about this online only, DRM, because if we go back to the Xbox One generation with the always online shit and the ponies, how they had a field day with that shit, who want to start? Who want to start with this?
Let me get them, Post.
I'm finna get this shit up on screen. I'm finna get this shit up on screen.
Post it on screen, bro.
Go ahead, Noah.
I got to do this in my Sony voice, in my PlayStation Pony voice. Sony! See? Sony cares about their customers. They allow you to play your games offline. And even though their cars are $40 a piece, we can still play the game and earn credits and earn it fast. Hold on, Post. What you mean they put a patch out where we can't get those credits as fast no more? And I can't play my game right now? I got to wait till tomorrow? This is my only day off, Post. Sony, what are you doing? Sony, no.
Yo, people were pissed. People were pissed.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I know we console war, we troll and shit, right? But these dudes tweet and search and post about Xbox every day, 7 days a week, even on Sundays in the middle of church, posting what Xbox did today. But turn a blind eye when Sony, when them car prices went up, when they shot up to $40. And then yesterday paid $70 plus, because a lot of people bought the Ultimate Edition and couldn't even play the game yesterday.
Yeah.
Because Sony had to shut the game down to throw in a patch to make it harder to earn cars, to earn credit for cars. What are we doing here, bro?
What's going on?
What are we doing? This is the most vocal crowd when it comes to games as a service, being able to own your games, play your games, and not have to worry about an internet connection. And Sony's biggest first party game is the biggest culprit of doing what they complain about the most.
Facts. This is, look, you want to say something, Mello? You want to go? Because you know I'm going to go in.
Let me get out the way. Let me go ahead and get out the way. This is pretty sad and pathetic. Not even on the fanboy aspect. I'm just going because I know everybody want to go that route. Because when DRM, they always spying on you when the Xbox drop. Oh, they got the cameras always on. You can't play offline. Everyone was in a goddamn tizzy. Motherfuckers couldn't get their goddamn panties out their ass. Now Sony is literally been saying they've been doing the same thing since day one. But I want to get to the microtransactions because
brother.
Not only because if you're fixing your game, you fixing your game for the best. You fixing it to get the game up and running. But nigga, your shit was down for 30 hours because you are making it harder for the consumers to get games.
To get credits to pay for.
If that ain't the most anti-consumer shit I've ever heard in my fucking life, I need to stop gaming.
Bro.
Not only they said, the $40 ain't enough for y'all. Y'all not paying the $40. All right, cool. Y'all done figured out a way
to get cars
to get the cars without having to pay us $40. You know what? We gonna patch that. Out of everything else you could have did in the game, you could have fixed the grass, the shadows. You could have stopped these motherfuckers from using replay with ray tracing and shit and actually have it in the actual game as fucking self when you're driving around. We're gonna patch that you can't grind the game out and get free cars.
Bruh.
I'm done, bro. Go ahead, bro.
And on top of that, bro,
go ahead.
How old is your technology where you have to shut the entire server down to patch microtransactions? But you don't have to do that shit. And 2K don't have to do that. Hey Bello, we play NBA 2K. When they need to patch some shit, do they have to shut down the game?
That game at best that I've seen was shut down for 30 minutes.
30 minutes at most. You get a hot patch. Most patches we get a hot patch. You're in the middle of the game and says go back to the main menu.
Right, hot patch is 2 seconds.
Facts. Sony has to shut the game down for a day and a half to change the way the credits are earned in the game. That is some dinosaur technology, bro.
You know what make it even worse, y'all? This is first party. This is they baby. Gran Turismo been around for how long? That made them so much money.
Years.
And you steady want to rape the consumer. That's what you're doing. You raping the fucking consumer. This is what you call sexual harassment at the workplace.
Oh shit.
You just don't.
Yeah. Okay, so while he's taking care of that, we're gonna indulge what the guy from Polyphony Digital said. He said, I wanted to explain what happened in this update. He said, immediately before the release of the 1.07 update, I apologize for saying it was 1.8, we discovered an issue where the game would not start properly in some cases on product versions for the PS4 and PS5. This was a rare issue that was not seen during tests on the development hardware or the QA sessions prior to the release. But in order to prioritize the safety of the saved data of the users, we decided to interrupt the release of the 1.07 update and to make a 1.08 correctional update. That's why I got the 1.08 from. This is the reason for the delay. My sincere apologies for the late report to everyone. Also, in this update, some event rewards have been adjusted. I wanted to also explain the reason for it in our plans going forward. Here we go.
There you go.
In GT7, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races, even without microtransactions. At the same time, the pricing of the cars is an important element that conveys their value and rarity. So it kind of justifying $40 for a car right there. So I do think it's important for it to be linked with the real world prices.
NFTs.
Hold on, let me read that again.
I gotta be linked with the real world prices.
He's selling them NFTs, God.
Hold on.
Wait, say that again.
Hold on. Y'all gotta understand what this man. Hold on, let me read that again. He said, he's saying GT7, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races, even without microtransactions. Bullshit. At the same time, the pricing of cars is an important element that conveys their value and rarity. So I do think it's important to be linked with the real world prices. Bruh.
Isn't that the definition of an NFT post?
Bruh.
Aren't these cars NFTs?
Bro, this is
real world
virtual. What do the real world, bro?
Have to do with pixels. What have to do with pixels? They ain't virtual. This is pixels.
Real world, we can't even afford these cars.
I ain't
what are
never
we
seen
doing here?
a Lambo for $40. Point me to that motherfucker now. You hear me?
Give me a $40 Porsche.
Shit.
Give me a $40 Lamborghini.
You can't even rent one of them motherfuckers on Turo for that price. Bitch, what is he talking about?
This is a shame.
What is this man talking about?
Hold on, we're gonna keep going. That's what he's using to justify the high prices of the cars.
My God.
He say, I want to make GT7 a game in which you can enjoy a variety of cars, lots of different ways, and if possible, would like to try to avoid a situation where a player must mechanically keep replaying certain events over and over again. So basically, to prevent you from playing these events over and over again, doubling, tripling your credit in some cases, to make it easier for you to get the cars, we don't want you to do that because we rather you spend the $40 for these rare and valuable cars.
Post, I don't think they heard you. Can you repeat that one more time?
He said, I want to make GT7.
No, in your own words. In your own words, can you break that down so they understand what exactly this update did? Instead of replaying the game, replaying the mission over and over again, they and spamming it and getting credits real easy. They want you to do what?
They want you to pay the $40. And see, a lot of you had one race where you get like, I forgot what the race was, but it was one race where you get like 50,000 credits.
Yeah, if you keep playing the same race,
if you
right?
keep playing that same race and I guess getting in first place, you get.
And the news was spreading like wildfire on the internet, so people were doing the
same.
So
people were spamming that race, and so I guess they're saying, look.
So they decided to be anti-consumer, not focusing not focusing on the user engagement of people actually playing my game and supporting the brand. They actually bought the damn game. We're going to patch the only thing that they saw that was going to be easy for them. We're going to patch it so y'all can, so we can incentivize for you to pay $40 for those said cars.
He's basically saying y'all not enjoying or experiencing the game the way we want y'all to experience it. So
we want you to pay.
Yeah, not even to pay. I think it was the fact that people were spamming races, getting all them credits.
No. High value. No, Post, because that makes sense. That makes sense. Because in Gran Turismo, Forza, when I'm playing Forza, it's a map that you get a nice amount of credit for. Like if you finish that joker, you get a nice amount of currency off of it. Yeah. Forza didn't say, hey, we finna patch this. We look at it as we got what they said they had 10 million user player bases. Yeah. So they focus on the player base. Say, hey, we have these many people that's playing our game regardless of what map they're doing. You can get the cars that you want, trade, do all that in the auction, but you're playing the game. You're having fun on our game because you keep coming back and you're logging into our game. They said, fuck all that. We want $40.
Right. I want to highlight. Even give you a what's the name, so you can
treasure map.
Not the treasure map and the what's the name? What you call them? The flying things. I can't think of what they.
The drones?
The drones.
No,
They give you drones so where you can leave the cars and make it easier for you to find the barn finds. Guess what? They don't even allow you to sell cars on GT7.
Oh yeah, you can even sell them. Hey, wait. Can I highlight something before we move to the cars?
Go ahead.
Wait, they don't have an auction? They don't have an auction?
No.
Wow.
I just want to highlight the fact that this was so urgent that they had to shut down the game. That people were getting credit so fast, they had to pull the plug. Create the patch.
They spamming the jamming over here.
Test the patch. Make sure the quality was good. It wasn't crashing the game. Put it out there. You had to download this latest patch before you could get back on Gran Turismo 7.
And they out here defending it.
Hold on. So how are they defending this? Like, what is being said of this?
Bro, man, they saying all types of stuff. Talking about it's still easy ways to get credit to get the games and they defended the microtransactions and all that. Even when the $40 price tag for the cars came out, they was defending that shit. They was using the ability to get easy credits to get access to cars as an excuse to not worried about the $40. But now that excuse has been taken away because now they made it that excuse that you was using, all that spamming you was using to justify not having to pay the $40. That just took that away and made it even harder to force you to pay $40. And if this was Forza, do you know the shit talking that will be on Twitter right now?
Yeah,
bro.
Do you know that? Look at how they ran with the initiative stuff. Do you know the type? Look and
see, that's my problem with it. That's my whole thing when it comes to this. Is y'all would go out and grab your tiki torches and y'all little pillows and have the greatest fight ever when it comes to Xbox, but you niggas will turn a blind eye to something that is this is really serious. Like. I paid $70 for a game, and you're forcing me. You're not even. This ain't even an incentive. You're forcing me. This is what I call it.
They laughing at other people's yards when their grass ain't cut.
Facts.
That's exactly what.
And this ain't even. This was the same people, right? Right. That was shaming Microsoft for always online and DRM.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the main things I hate that Microsoft did. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be frank with it. I hate that they bend the knee. In my opinion, they bend the knee and they apply and they change things
because they had some revolutionary stuff, bro.
If they would have stuck to their fucking guns, and with 10 toes down with it, and we stand by this, I promise you, we would have been killing them way more than just Game Pass at this point.
Yeah, Xbox would have separated itself from any other
completely
separating itself. And people want to. I had no worries about the 24-hour check-in because I understood what came along with it. And plus, I'm always on my phone. I'm
online all the time.
My internet is always online. It's rarely that my internet go down, and if it does go down, it doesn't go down for that long. And if it's an outage, then I'm using my cellular data to access the internet. What's crazy is my guy who got an Xbox for a long time was using his cellular data connected to his Xbox One to play 2K. And Microsoft said like that connection was like a gigabyte. The file that it needed. That's mine. The file that was needed was so small. It was a gigabyte in size that you can use if you didn't have internet at the time, you can use your cell phone data to do the check-in and still be good. Yeah. The reason why the 24-hour check-in was there is because Microsoft would have allowed you to download the game off the disc and for the system not to require the disc to play it.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it was all license key. Yeah. It was all license
key. Once you installed the game on Xbox One, you could put the disc up. You no longer needed to put the disc in the system every time you needed to play. That's why that 24-hour check-in was important, because if you allow that without the 24-hour check-in, then you allow people to steal games.
Yeah, that you had to connect. You had connect with its camera features. You had the TV. You see what streaming is now. You see hell, PlayStation guys, Crunchyroll and all that shit. You see how important, goddamn it, the TV features and shit was. If they would have stuck to their fucking guns,
facts,
this Game Pass would have been the least of Sony's issues at this point. I promise you.
And then people want to talk about Connect and the camera and listening and stuff like that. What you think the PlayStation camera is doing? What you think the microphone on the PS5 controller is doing? What do you think your phone is doing?
I was sure about to say your cell phone.
Every time, if you got Hey Google turned on your phone, that means your phone is in a state where it's always listening, because it's listening for you to say, "Hey Google."
Yep. And when you first set the phone up, you got to go through the thing where you have to give it permission to analyze your voice,
to
and use the data
first and
capture that data and share with others.
So the privacy, you gave your privacy up a long time ago.
Yeah.
Face recognition. Hello.
When you browse on the internet, it keeps track of the things you like and look at. That's why I keep advertising you things that you talk about. You can have a conversation about a certain product, and you get on the Google browser, and it's advertising you that same product you were talking about.
Well, we can go back before internet even exists. When you went into Jules or Dominic's, and you had the Dominic's card, and you were scanning while you making your purchase, so get whatever discount. You know what they do with that scan? They see what type of food you buy, what type of products and things you like. They've been doing this before the internet. You lost your privacy a long time ago.
Data is the most valuable thing a person can have.
It's one of the most valuable things on this, and it gets sold for billions. That's why YouTube.
Yeah, I'm about to say companies will buy top dollar for it.
That's why YouTube had to make changes, because they were taking child data without parents' permission. That's why they made changes to the whole streaming thing, where you got to say, is this for kids? Is this not for kids? Bro.
Yeah, I learned that through the Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg court case.
So you get in a car, you put on your seatbelt, you being tracked.
And they said the amount of money he paid,
what are we doing here?
The amount of money he was getting paid monthly was in the billions. Off of advertisement and data content off the users.
Data is the most valuable thing. It's a valuable thing you can offer someone.
And people was crying about the Xbox. Why they been in your house, in your homes? They've been seeing what you do. The cameras on your phones, your laptops, and they've been doing that before the Connect even existed.
The low jack in your car, the little things that provide the internet and GPS. Your phone, it tracks where you've been and where you're going.
That's one of the reasons why your seatbelts, the seatbelt thing keep going off until you put it on, until you click it. It's not just there to warn you that you haven't put on your seatbelt. What?
Hey, Post, before we talk about the government and
no, I ain't finna get into that. I ain't finna go that far. I ain't finna go that far. I had to catch myself because I was gonna go to explain. I'm just saying, people, when it came to Microsoft, people got to worried about submarines and what about the army on boats that can't get access? What about people in rural areas that can't? Well, what about them now that can't play GT7 without an online connection? Are y'all still concerned about the people on submarines? Are y'all still concerned about the army troops that's overseas that might not have an internet connection? Are y'all still concerned about people in Africa or in rural areas that might not have an internet connection?
Of course not. Of course not.
I don't see none of that on Twitter right now. Huh?
Of course not.
What happened? Where is the concern, people?
Where's the outrage? Hey, real quick, I want to highlight a chat here real quick. I have a thing from Midge that says to buy the most expensive cars in GT7, it takes you 17.8 hours. He said that equates to about 333 races. to get one car with the amount of hours and races, people will go to the microtransaction route.
Wow.
Probably know what they are doing.
Let me put this on screen. That is crazy. That is crazy. Because people wasn't playing the game the way they and people weren't playing the game the way they wanted them to play it. They want to educate you on cars so you can learn to appreciate the cars. And so you shouldn't have to spam these races. Matter of fact, we're going to prevent you from spamming these races. And so you gain the quick access because you're not playing the game the way we want you to play. And then you're finding easier ways to bypass the $40 we're trying to charge you. This is fucked up. And not only that, though, back to the ponies. Because we got to these are the same ponies that talked about Microsoft system not being able to play games offline or the game not being on the disc. GT7 it's not on the disc.
Oh, really?
Wait, huh? What?
I heard it wasn't on the disc. Can somebody correct me in the chat?
You know
and
what?
Let me know
I'm going to be real mad.
GT7 is on the disc. I heard it wasn't on the disc.
I would be upset to know that because what's that dude name on Digital Foundry? John Linneman.
Yeah.
And that guy, bro, he's a fraud.
Because what you gonna do with the disc? You can't put it in and play it offline.
He had everything bad negative to say about Halo not being on the disc. You got to download it.
Oh, his tune changed on this. Hold on.
Yeah, let this be the case with GT7. He didn't mention anything of it. Okay. And then every comparison that I see that compares Gran Turismo 7 and Forza. I'm talking about Forza Motorsport. Forza has better graphics overall than GT. I don't know, man. It's you get sick of the bias, bro. You clearly look at the trees and the environment and it looks like shit, but you got somebody who calls himself a professional and goes on to tell you that this game looks better. You just don't see it.
Yeah, well, he's a pony. He's a known pony. Let me finish this up real quick, and then I'm gonna put some on the screen for you. You say we will in time let you know the update plans for additional content, additional race events, and additional features that will constructively resolve this in time. And it pains me that I can't explain the details regarding this at this moment, but we plan on continuing to revise GT7 so that as many players as possible can enjoy the game. We will really appreciate it if everyone could watch over the growth of Gran Turismo 7 from a somewhat longer term point of view. Kazunori Yamuchi, whatever his name is. Look at this. Let me tell you something. They docked Forza 7 for microtransactions. And I don't even think it had it at the time.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be frank and straight to the point. Mm-hmm. This is what's gonna be the downfall for Sony. Point blank and period. The consumers are not demanding better, and they are allowing this company to produce bullshit.
Yeah.
Point blank and period. Ain't no way here in hell that Gran Turismo, which made all of this money, that's with all these Fortune 600 damn clubs and all that other shit,
600
is sitting here literally forcing you to have to buy $40 games. This is a force. This ain't even no option at this point, because it seems as if anytime that the users find an exploit, if you want to call it, because it ain't even an exploit, they were just playing the game and they found the track that give you more money. Anytime that happens, it's gonna be the same issue over and over again.
And they out here
I see that.
Thanking this man. Thank you, Kazunori, for fixing this game. Doing what?
They thanked him.
What did he fix? He didn't fix nothing. He fixed something that they patch 1.07. That was something they fucked up. And that patch didn't even get the chance to come out. So they made a correctional patch called 1.08. They didn't fix anything. They came in and fine-tuned and changed some things to where you have to spend more money to access cars quicker. And you thinking, my mans?
Yeah, bro. At this point, I'm convinced that the Sony Nation is a cult.
Oh yeah.
This is
that goes without saying.
This is crazy.
Thank you for the anal rape. Continue to rape me. That's what this sounds like to me.
Sony, thank you, Sony. Thank you for taking all my money, making me spend $90 for this game and $40 for each car I want to drive. Thank you so much. I didn't need to play the game yesterday anyway. I was tired. I just thought I wanted to play it, but now I realize I want to play it today. Thank you.
That's crazy. Let me see.
Is the $40 thing really real though? Like you do have to pay $40 per car? Some of them cars be top 100 laps. Which, oh man, I get it. Yeah, some of those laps is 100 laps. But yeah, I get that. That's the point of you playing the game. I get that part, but you're not finna penalize me because I find.
Look at this. Now this is what Noah's talking about. Let me share this. Shout out to Xbox University for this. Okay, so this is. Let me do this here. I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. John Lennon says, my biggest complaint regarding Halo Infinite really is that the disc doesn't contain a playable game. This will be the first Halo game you can't really own as standalone copy. This is not a good trend, and I hope Microsoft reconsider things like this.
What do you say about the GT7?
Perhaps folks can understand why I've been against online DRM in games and hardware. It feels as if I've been running around like Roddy Piper, and they live with everyone else is like, but I have internet. This problem goes way beyond GT7. You see the different tones?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You see the different.
It's
yeah. You see what he did there.
Yeah, he didn't come out and say there wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
He just said you can't. This goes beyond GT7.
You can't blame.
You can't be mad at GT7.
You can't be mad at GT7 because basically
when Halo did it.
But exactly, yeah.
Let's everybody stop and pause and take time out and reach out to Microsoft and let them know how much we hate that they didn't include Halo on the disc. That's the type of energy he brought. But when it comes to GT7, let's not take our anguish out on Polyphony and Sony. This goes beyond them. They're just doing what they felt needed to be done. Like, yeah, it's completely different.
Let me start modding some people so they can help with this.
No.
Let me start modding some people. Okay, Titus. As a mod. Let me see here.
But people think.
Who else was that?
People think the bias isn't real, bro. But your actions clearly show you have a bias. Where's that same energy? As far as I'm aware of, there's only 2 games that you could purchase a disc and don't come with no game on it, right? That's Halo and GT7.
I didn't even know that. This is all new to me. So if I go buy Halo Infinite from the store, is no game on there?
You still gotta have internet to download it.
You gotta download it.
The game file is too large to fit on the disc.
Oh,
so you have to download it instead of putting part of the game on the disc and downloading the rest. They just have
so they give you a license key for the game to be playable.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Why the fuck they can't come with this trade-in program? All of this is related towards a license key, and it allowing you to play or read the game and confirm a purchase. Why you just can't do a trade-in program, bro?
I just modded some people. I just modded some people. Yeah, like this. This is crazy. And let me read this again. He said, I have a thing for midgets. That's his name. I have a thing for midgets. Shout out to you, brother. You're your little mini me's, brother. He say to buy the most expensive cars in GT7 takes you 17.8 hours, which is equivalent to 333 races. To get one car with the amount of hours and races, people will go the microtransactions route. Probably not know what they're doing. Who probably don't know what they're doing. That's crazy, bro. And see, if this was Microsoft, this will be, man. And the news report differently too. They compared to Microsoft and when Sony is dealing with
Yeah,
some stuff.
I didn't even know that was the case. Like
even the sexual allegations that PlayStation is dealing with is not getting enough, garnering enough attention like Activision and these other companies.
And most studios,
you know what I'm saying? In most studios, you know what I'm saying? So it's just different. I guess that people are so in fear or afraid of being blacklisted that And they gave this game. They was giving this game 10 out of 10s, hundreds out of 100s, 9.5s. What? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. No, because we finna move along though. I'm just saying, man, it's a lot of hypocrites out here.
Facts.
And so yeah, we at the 2-hour mark. We'll do a Tunic in something like that another day, but this is just crazy. But before we go, I do want to say something here. I do want to let me bring this up here. Oh no, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it.
He said those numbers were taken from GT Planet, a Gran Turismo fan site.
Oh, so they already know what they're getting themselves into. Yeah. Which is, like I said, it's understandable. You gotta pay 17 hours. Okay, you're gonna do a grind fest.
333 races. Yeah,
but I'm not about to sit. You're not finna sit here and force me to pay $40 for a game. I mean, for some pixels. No.
I was arguing with someone earlier today too. They were trying to tell me that Gran Turismo is not a pay-to-win game. It's if you pay for faster cars that handle better, yeah. If I could go online with a car that drives faster than someone who has to start off with a base car. If we have equal skill, that person is going to beat me because they have a better car. That's pay to win. That's the definition of pay to win.
Okay, I want to. All right, here we go. Let me share this here.
What's your thoughts on that post?
What?
Is GT7 Gran Turismo 7? Do you consider that pay to win?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because they're not going to start you off with the most impressive cars. You're going to have to work your way up. And if they saying if you want to get these highly expensive cars, and I don't understand that. We understand the value and rarities of these cars, so we try to price them virtually as they would be priced in the real world. So we priced them $40 a car.
Yeah. You know what Sony did? They said, well, hold on, let us not fuck you without an explanation. Let us
even make sense.
So
we whack about a car for $40 in the real world.
We want you to have a clear understanding of the fuckery that's going on right now.
Okay, let me do this here.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I definitely I can't end the show without talking about my boy KORX Kal-El. I was devastated when I heard this news that he has passed away. So before I begin, I want to give prayers and send my condolences to his family, his loved ones, his wife, and his children. He had made a tweet about an anime, and I responded to the tweet like, I was just looking at that anime. I was iffy about watching it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna give it a try. And he had hit the like button because when I was doing Tick podcast or the Inner Circle podcast with Cal, behind the scenes before we get started or after we got started or after the show ended, sometimes we have conversations about anime, life, family, all types of stuff. This was a cool and humble dude with a great spirit, bro. You could reach out to him about anything whether it was gaming or not, and he will help you out, or he'll do his best to help you with any situation that you have had at the time. And in terms of gaming, he loved gaming. He lived, breathed, slept gaming. And he had so many great ideas in terms of where he wanted to take the Tick network that he created. Let me tell you something. Cal laid the groundwork in the path for a lot of these podcasts, specifically the Xbox podcasts that we have today. He was the format. And I'm not just talking about podcasting. I'm talking about podcasting, website, media relations, going to gaming events, connecting with execs and stuff. He was the format for that. And he laid the groundwork and helped so many. Even the Iron Lord podcast. And I didn't even know that when bro from Iron Lord brought that up in terms of how Cal helped them with their media stuff. Great and wonderful dude. The first podcast that I've known, that I saw, that what gravitated me to his platform is when he interviewed Aaron Greenberg and Phil Spencer. The first podcast I've seen done that. The first podcast before anybody. This brother was interviewing the Aaron Greenbergs and the Phil Spencers. And that's how I found out about him. That's how I found out about his platform. And I followed the channel. I followed him on Twitter. And it was just, I went from listening to someone on a podcast and watching someone to actually meeting that person and becoming a part of that very same podcast. I didn't even know Cal even watched a Z show until he said he was looking for talent for his Inner Circle podcast because he was doing another show. I hit his DMs up and he chose me. And he told me why he chose me. And I didn't even know he watched Z podcast. He watched everything. It wasn't just about Xbox. It was about gaming in general. What we did on Z Show, and he was on Z Show before. Okay. And I got Z. He told me he wanted Z on his podcast. You know, and I was working. I don't know if we ever got Z on, but I know I was working that out for him. Even though his style of podcasting wasn't what we do over on Z channel, he still embraced it. He still watched it. He still enjoyed it. You know, this was a wholesome dude. And this came out of nowhere. I did for one day of responding to him on Twitter. And the next day, reading a tweet that he's gone. And I'm still in disbelief. This still going to take time to kind of sit with me. I'm still in, I'm in disbelief right now. I'm in disbelief right now. Bro has so many great plans for his platform, his website, so many great ideas. And he was open. Like I got DMs with him where he's just talking about, you know, different ideas and what we think about this and what we asking for input about this and that. Just, you know, just an open dude, you know. Yes, his preferred platform was Xbox, but he enjoyed all types of gaming. And it's so sad that what he gave to this community and what he has done for this community, you know, it's sad that we lost him. We lost a gem. We lost a diamond. We lost a great soul, a great friend, a great gamer, a great businessman, a great person, a great father, brother, uncle. We lost that. And I just want to say, I appreciate him for allowing me to come on his platform. You know, I appreciate the time that we shared in terms of the conversations we had, whether it was about gaming or not. And I just want to say, rest in peace, brother. We're going to miss you, brother.
Rest up, King.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Love you, Cal. And what you've done for this community will never be forgotten, brother. Will never be forgotten. All right. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this show. Once again, our show is going to be every Friday, I guess around 4 o'clock. Every Friday at 4 p.m., you're going to get a state of gaming. So you guys know specifically where we'll go live. We're going to go live every Friday at 4 p.m., okay? Thank you all for showing up and showing out. I want to thank you all for giving us your time. We really appreciate it. And I just can't find the words. I'm so distraught in terms of what happened to my bro and that he's not here. But I have to give him his due diligence. I had to give him his praise. I had to give him his peace because King deserve it. He deserve it. I'm Central. So I'm 4 o'clock Central, uppercase J. And I definitely got to get uppercase J on the show. I know we talked about it. I'm definitely going to reach out to you, brother. I haven't forgot. But every Friday at 4 p.m., we're going to get this popping. That way we could be consistent with the platform. But yeah, this hurt right here. This hurt, and it hurts a lot of people. And I'm just distraught, bro. I really haven't come to terms with this because it happened so suddenly. And one day he was here talking about Elden Ring and what he was doing in Elden Ring. Talking about anime, and the next day he just, he's not with us anymore, and it's gonna take some time for me to deal with this because dude was a good friend, he's a good person for however long I known him, and even when he was, the fact that he was watching me and he appreciated what I was doing on Z platform, and I didn't even know until I connected with him to get on his podcast, and he was like, man, he gave me my, he pretty much gave me my flowers, and I gave his in return. And he was humble, humble. Thank you, humble dude. But thank y'all for showing up and showing out. Continue to like, share, continue to show up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live or whenever we drop content. So we're going to get up out of here, but rest in peace, King. I love you, man. Shout out to your family. Shout out to your wife. Shout out to your daughter. And I hope all is well with the fam, brother. Peace. I love y'all. Stay safe. Tell your family members you love them, man. Tell your friends and your family members you love them. You never know. As they say, you could be here today and gone tomorrow. Peace out.
They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so I would be a fool to leave my eyes exposed. In the dark I glow, I got neo soul, so with my eyes closed I can see a lot when it's told. I've been exposed to stories of rose made with pure gold, pearly white gates with the diamond handles. Trying to hustle hard so my family can go down Wall Street without them folks calling us broke. I've been rich before, bro, but not in this lifetime. These kids got swag, but it's not quite like mine. Walked in the crib, my girl watching that Lifetime. She hit me with a question, now I'm down in my lifeline. My life is like a show that hasn't made it to prime time. I'ma skip that prime time and chill in the limelight. A 9mm don't shoot like a 4.5. Mathematic flow, boy, I'm spitting that Einstein. Dog, I swear I must have killed that pussy like 9 times. Now she spoiled and she wanna dine some fine wine. We ain't jewelry shopping, but you just picked a fine time. Peace, I gotta go, I drop you off at the bus line. I used to kick dirt, now when I travel, I touchdown. Who's gonna make you eat dirt for talking about us? Nah, used to be a boy, I'm on my grown man-ish. And if your life sucks, I'm trying to get to know that bitch. If he's cool, then baby, I'm cold as shit. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody cold as this. I'm built for this itch, they trying to study my blueprints. I'm so Swayze, like I studied the blueprint.
Money coming in, so we up now. When I was broke, they wouldn't touch down. Started from the bottom of the bed, man. Had to get it fast, want no vision.
We was lights out, trying to find a way out. Damn, look where I'm at now. I used to be on rocky grounds, but it's solid now. Homies I used to call friends, they ain't solid now. Situations change, I got problems now. Never worry about the haters, focus on the win. When I was down and out, they weren't focused in. Get a little bread, they all focused in. I chose to look at life through a different lens. And my lady stayed down for it all. Take flight, touchdown, we don't round trip at all. We stay, fuck up the towns and the mall. It's her day for being down for the